Hello, welcome to JavaScript Fundamentals tutorial. In this lesson, you are going to learn about comparison operators. The comparison operators available to JavaScript include greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, strictly equal to, not equal to, not strictly equal to. So let's preview our web page on the browser just to have a high level view of what this looks like. So here you can see from our browser that everything is displayed correctly. Okay, so greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, which happens to be double equal sign, straightly equal to, triple equal sign, not equal to, exclamation and an equal sign, then not straightly equal to, exclamation and double equal sign. So this one is a negation of the triple equal sign, and of course this is a negation of double equal sign. So you have to take note of them. Okay, so having said this, let's look at our JavaScript. Already I have included my JavaScript file. Always remember to do that. And proceeding to my JavaScript file, I have some code I've written already. I'm just going to explain them. This is actually okay for me because I think I don't have to bore you with a very long tutorial, and that's why I've made everything so conveniently and possible for you to be able to navigate as fast as you can. So all we need to do here is that we have declared variables, about 4 different variables with different values. So notice that variable A and variable C have similar values except that they are of different data types. This is a number and this is a string. So variable B and variable D have the same values, but the same kind of values. So the same data type, the same values and identity. So let's look at our greater than sign. There is something I want to say about comparison operators. Comparison operators is checking whether the value on the left compares with the value on the right. So it's more like asking a question, does this compare with this one? And the feedback is either going to be true or false. So always remember, the result of a comparison between two values will always evaluate to true or false, which is boolean. So in that case, let's look at what we have for A greater than B. So it's a question of whether A, which is 5, is greater than 7. And of course, the answer is false because A is not greater than 7. 5 is not greater than 7. So let's look at it on the console to visualize and confirm. You remember how to navigate to your console. So here, as you can see, 5 greater than 7 is false. So this is actually what this is all about. Now I'm going to comment this one. Okay. And we'll proceed with the next one, which is less than. All right. So the less than also compares what is on the left to what is on the right, except that we're using less than. We are going to say, okay, is 5 less than 7? Guess what the answer will be? Of course, it will evaluate to yes, that is true. So meaning that 5, of course, is less than 7. Let's look at it in the browser. So 5 less than 7 is true. Correct. Let's go again to the next one, which is greater than or equal to. So this is now saying if the value on the left is greater than the value on the right, or the value on the left is equal to the value on the right, then give me a true. Otherwise, give me a false. So let's look at this and we compare and say, okay, 5 is greater than 7? No, that will be a false. Is 5 equal to 7? Still false. So this is a question of asking two different questions at the same time. So if any of the questions results to true, then of course you are going to get the final result of true. But if all of them result to false, you will get the final value of false. So just take note, if any of the questions you ask result to true, then the final result will be true. But if all the questions are false, then of course automatically everything becomes false, just like in this case. Okay, so we have tested greater than or equal to. Let's go ahead and test this one, which is greater than, which is less than, sorry. So this is actually less than or equal to. It's two questions again. So asking whether B is less than D or B is equal to D. Let's look at the numbers. So we have 7 and 7. All right. So remember already that B is 7 and D is 7. So we are now comparing, is 7 less than 7? That is a no, that's a false. But is 7 equal to 7? Of course it's a true, because one of the questions evaluates to true. Then we have a true as our final result. Now the next one we're going to look at is the equal to. All right, that's equality. So in this case, it's important I explain what this does. But before I do that, why don't I actually show you the output on the browser so I can explain from there. Okay, so we have 5, which is a number data type, and we have another 5, which is a string data type. So it's more like there is a kind of there is a way of tolerating the data types. So what this does is that if the value on the left is a number and now is equal to the value on the right, which is a string, but in this case it's more like the string has now been converted to a number to match this one. So this is a little bit tolerant. So in the sense that it compares the 5 that is a number with the 5 that is a string, and of course results to true. So it is tolerating the conversion process. So regardless of the data types, as long as the values are similar, then it's going to result to true. So that's what we see here. So regardless of this being a string and this being a number, the two of them are considered to be equal, and that's why you see true. But it's not actually the same with the one we use triple equal sign. Now take note that this is using double equal sign. But when we use triple equal sign, this is more like strict. meaning that it first of all checks 5 might be equal to 5, which is a string, and excuse me, and this 5 being a string cannot be converted into a number, so that you have a kind of two-way checks. First of all, 5 is 5 equal to 5? If 5 as a number equal to 5 as a string? Yes, in the case of not being strict. But are the data types the same? No, because this is a number and this is a string. So you're asking two questions. Two of them are the same based on the concept of equality, but the data types are different. So it checks the equality and it checks the data type. So if the data types are different from the equal signs, then the result will be false, as you can see. So 5, of course, is the same with 5, but the data type of 5 here is different from the data type of the 5 here. And that's why we are seeing false. Okay, so strict equality makes use of triple equals sign. Triple equals sign. Okay, all right. Now let's do a kind of negation of these conversions. The negation is more like saying, okay, just a reverse of equals. So this exclamation mark equals is a reverse of this double equals. All right. So it's a kind of asking, okay, now we have, I think I will use what we see here. We have 5 not equal to 7. Okay, why don't you ask it as a kind of positive question? Is 5 equal to 7? No, 5 is not equal to 7. But again, when you reverse that no, which is a false, it becomes true. So it's a reversal. So the best way to understand is this: just ask the positive question. Instead of you saying 5 not equal to 7, it might get a little bit confusing. So the best you could do is to simply say, okay, is 5 equal to 7? No. That no is actually false. So what you need to do now is to take the false and reverse it to true. And that is what we get here in this case, right? Okay, so it's still the same thing with the strict, not strictly equal to. Not strictly equal to has exclamation mark, then double quotes, double equal sign. So it's a reverse of the triple equals. So the equal sign has been reduced to 2 in this case, and the first equal sign has been replaced with exclamation. All right. Okay, let's visualize this in the browser and check what is going on. Still, the best way to approach this is to ask the positive question. Is 5 strictly equal to 5? Is 5 as a number strictly equal to 5 as a string? No, because both of them are of different data types. So because it's a no, which is false, reverse the false to true, and that's what we get, right? Okay, so I hope you have been able to understand this. If you don't get it during the time you're watching, I will encourage you to watch over and over again and then make sure that you're doing something. You can actually grab your device and practice. That's how to learn coding. So you don't just learn passively, you have to be actively involved. Okay, so if you're having a question, you should feel free to ask the question using the comment box. And I hope this actually helps you navigate the JavaScript learning curve. So moving forward, we are going to be bringing aboard some exciting projects when we're done with the fundamental level of JavaScript. So the projects are going to be so exciting, and that will give you a clue of how to, develop dynamic websites and web applications. So for now, if you have not subscribed, please do well to subscribe right away, and like, share to multiple people that might be needing this tutorial. I believe you will be helping a lot of people by sharing. So I think that's all for now, and I hope to see you in my next tutorial. Thank you for watching. Bye.